Hey guys, Nudes here, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking about who will be the next Manchester United manager. As you can see on this side here, we have the current odds as time of recording. And I'm going to go through the top three. I was hoping Xavi would be third, but he's now fourth. He's dropped underneath Gareth Southgate, so we have to talk about Gareth Southgate. I don't want to, but it is what it is. I've gone for the top three. So, at the moment, we'll start with the odds-on favourite, and the one that seemingly is going to be the man taking over, and that is Ruben Amorim. Currently, at this moment in time, is the manager of Sporting Lisbon. They are absolutely smashing their league, the Portuguese league, Premier League, or Premier Liga. They are 9 wins from 9 with a whole heap of a lot of goals scored. And I've had a kind of look at how they play, and it's a completely different kind of style of play than the team will be used to under Ten Hag. It sets up like a 3-4-3 with a structured defensive shape, but it then gives more fluidity in the final third as they progress forward. The kind of fluidity kind of builds and builds. The wing backs are used to kind of give options and kind of an overload on that kind of left and right hand sides, but the focus is more on the central passing play, and it's a overlap and overrun of getting as many players into a certain area, that kind of final third point to box area where they can kind of pass it around, move players here and there, get into the space, get into the area, kind of into the half space between the centre back and the full back, or down the central, and then obviously exploiting those kind of gaps for goals. Now it's obviously working for Sporting. They are top of their league. Like I said, 9 wins from 9. So it is looking like a good structure and a good system. Amorim is highly sought after. It was rumoured that in the summer that he was looked at by Liverpool, whether they decided against him, whether he rejected them. It's not 100% sure. I'd like to think he rejected them, so then he can come to United, and that can be the story we use. But for me, he does look like the man who's going to take charge, and it looks very, very promising. How he's going to fit his system with the players he's got currently will be interesting to see. But it's going to be possibly a couple of weeks before we see that kind of structure fully shown on display. I don't think he'll be in charge. He definitely won't be in charge for the Leicester game. I don't think he will be in charge for the Chelsea game. I think you give it possibly the week after and give him the international break. And then give him the international break to bed everybody in and with this new system. It depends really on how they want to play it with Ineos and Amorim, how he wants to see everything through. At the moment, the interim boss is Ruud van Nistelrooy, who is also second favourite to be a permanent manager. Now, Van Nistelrooy's structure and style at PSV was very similar to Ten Hag's, the only difference being that he had a more direct approach when it came to passing play going forward. It was quick, pacey, and getting the ball up to the front man as soon as possible, in a sense. Now, they at the time had Luke de Jong, who is a tall, strong forward. Now, we have those. We have a Joshua Zirkzee, who can definitely play that role. We have a Rasmus Højlund, who I think could definitely play that role. Now, it's whether, obviously, Van Nistelrooy can put that structure in place, whether he is chosen to take the team on a longer-term basis. Obviously, the reports are showing that Amorim is the one to go for, the one that United are going for. They're willing to pay everything, get everything paid off so that they can bring him over as soon as possible. So it is looking like that. But in terms of Van Nistelrooy, I think the transition from a style of play that was a little bit pragmatic under Ten Hag to a bit more of a direct approach, whilst not changing a hell of a lot in terms of the tactics, is a good sign. And I think for even if it's just on an interim basis, it'd be good to see that progress. Now, I said we talk about three. I did want to talk about Xavi and his style at Barcelona, but he's not third favourite. It's actually Gareth Southgate. Now, I've seen a lot of a lot of fans for United say they do not want Gareth Southgate as Manchester United boss, and I am definitely in that camp. I do not want to see Gareth Southgate anywhere near United's dugout unless it's for the away side. For England, it was very much defensive first, and again similar pragmaticness that we've seen under Ten Hag, where it was a matter of, well, especially for England, it definitely seemed to be a matter of trying to get the best players in and not really fit a system to them, rather than getting a system correct with the players that are needed for that system. Obviously, we were playing the likes of Foden and Cole Palmer out in areas where they weren't playing for their club and not used to, and then obviously they're then using their space to kind of cut into a kind of both kind of going into a 10 role. You also got Harry Kane who's dropping into the 10 role. Everyone's kind of in the same place, and it didn't really work, and that's why England, despite doing quite well in both European competitions that Southgate did oversee, I think it was just the two, it didn't really work out, and obviously we've lost both finals to very good sides in Italy at the time and Spain. For me, Southgate is too defensive conscious. It's not really a good balance, and for a team like Manchester United, you need to be able to go on the front foot and take a game to two teams, and I just don't think that Southgate would have that in him. His last club managerial role saw Middlesbrough relegated under his reign. It's not really great viewing. Obviously, we've had that before with Solskjaer. It worked to an extent. Do we want to go back to that point? No, I don't think I do. I'd rather have the younger, more exciting style of play under the manager of someone like a Ruben Amorim. So I think that obviously it looks like it's going to be him, and I'm excited for this, because if it's going to be Amorim, then it's a fresh start for everybody, and it's going to be he's not going to know a lot of the players, possibly any of the players, and it's going to be completely fresh for everybody to see who comes in, who stays in the team from the squad, and then it's about obviously January if he brings in a couple of his own players, and then the summer as well. We'll see though what happens. But guys, if you've liked this video, please leave it a like. If you haven't, leave it a dislike. Comment what you want to see on the channel. Comment your thoughts on who you think will be the United boss. Subscribe if you are new. Let's get the subscribers up on this channel as well. And until next time, guys, take care.